Them purple teams can ball. If you're an old fan of this channel, you may ask, Big Mac, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, basketball, that's what I'm talking about. Because I want to talk about basketball. I want to talk about sports. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. You got a problem with me? Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. If you like it, I don't know. The Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings, that was a fun game. That was a fun game. From the last second shot that De'Aaron Fox hit, the driving layup, and the last second shot that Laurie hit but didn't count because he released it 0.1 seconds too late. So if it was 0.5 on the clock, it'd be OT. But it's not. So, if your aunt had a dick, she'd be your uncle, but she's not. So I just love the way both those teams play. Like, out of the teams that I saw play today, I mean, the Celtics are the best team, but they didn't play like it. They play like shit, so I can't really go off that. They played fantastic basketball. I love the way they played. De'Aaron Fox had 22 points in the fourth quarter. Almost all the points they had in the fourth quarter, they had 29 points in the fourth quarter. And he had 22 of them. He carried them in the fourth quarter. And he hit the last shot of the game because, most in part, because Sabonis was in foul trouble and he couldn't really do much. He couldn't try to drive in what he was doing earlier in the game. He couldn't do it. And the whole Kings team in general was a fun team. Kevin Huerter, great shooter. Harrison Barnes was hitting a shot. Same with Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray looked really good. Off night looked good. Davion Mitchell, he looked good in his defense. Not much production from the bench. Like Malik Monk only had 2 points. Off night at 4. But Casey Okpala, he had 2 great possessions on defense, 2 possessions on defense, but I love the way he played. He played hard, do the whistle, got 2 fouls, fuck it, 2 turnovers. And for Utah Jazz, I can't be mad at the loss. I mean, it's disappointing that you lost, but I mean, like I said, if you had 0.1 more seconds, you'd be tied and you'd be going to overtime, which you might have won. Especially with that shot, it's demoralizing. Have them momentum going in. Lauren Markkinen and Michael with 40 at the end. Jordan Clarkson, he was good. He was a bucket like he always is. Jared Vanderbilt was great on defense like he always is. Jared Vanderbilt's an amazing player. He might be one of my favorite players in the league because I love the way he hustles and his defense. Well, speaking of defense, Walker Kessler, he looks like the man when he's out there for the time he is. Like, if they weren't winning, I mean, they're not amazing, but they're pretty good. They're competitive in the West, which is close. I'd be playing him starting center minutes. But then again, Kelly Olynyk, even though he didn't have the greatest night, he can create some stuff. But Walker Kessler, that trade for Timberwolves Rudy Gobert is looking shit up the day. But yeah, Malik Beasley, he looked good. They had him in the fourth quarter because he leads the league in clutch threes. But with Jared Vanderbilt, I thought maybe I'd put him in because they get a stop. And it was a close game, get a stop. I mean, if they were down, so it's not a bad idea, but in the end, they did put Jared Vanderbilt in. But, I'm not a fucking coach. And, well, Hardy's a great head coach. I mean, he bought a team that people thought would be taken for Wemby to, a playing team, which is great. Speaking of, Wemby teams, the Celtics got bitched today by the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Thunder. They dropped 150 on them. And they had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown playing. The Celtics just couldn't make a bucket besides Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Bad night, bad everything. Isaiah Joe looked like an all-star against them. The best teams have bad nights. Worst teams have great nights. Promising for Thunder. Players look good. The Milwaukee Wizards game, I watched as well. Um, the Wizards play weird to me. I mean, like for modern NBA, they play a little bit weird. They play like it's 13 years ago, and that is the Denver Nuggets from 2009 with Carmelo Anthony. And I mean by that is like the amount of mid-range shots is like different, and that's coming from a Knicks fan, where like we just drive the ball in, and on that, so many teams don't drive the ball in. Like for the Knicks, they just hammer it home into the paint. You get an RJ layup, maybe break the block. I don't know, foul, whatever. Randall going in, post, midi fade, that, da da da. But most teams just with threes. Like Pat Connaughton, when I watched him, every time he drove to the paint, he wasn't looking up. He wasn't looking to score. He was always trying to wrap around, pass it to the three. And I thought, did he even take a single shot inside the 3-point arc? He took one. I mean, that's how the Bucks play to me. They don't play. They don't go. They don't really drive unless it's Giannis. They let Giannis drive, because if anyone else drives, the paint's gonna be too congested. You have to let him drive, let him go. Everyone else kick out three, bang. And that's what Jalen Joe was doing today. Not much of that from Grayson Allen. Pat Connaughton was doing that. Drew Holiday didn't have much production. Brook Lopez was good. Bobby Portis was good when he hit the fadeaway middies all game. Like Daniel Gafford. Porzingis looked good. Looks like he got his shit back again. Roy Hachimura had a off game for a stretch. Had about 10 points, I think. Let me check. Didn't have the greatest game. He had like 12 points. Corey Kispert, spot up shooter, did pretty good. Bradley Beal played a little bit, trying to get back into the mojo. Monte Morris played all right. Daniel Gafford played good defense. Got scoring a bit, but what can you do about it? Great defense, better offense. Kyle Kuzma played good, but Giannis is 55 was just better. I mean, like when you just can't stop him when he's driving the paint like he was, hitting reverses like he was like Michael Jordan and Dr. J combined into one human being. You can't stop that. It was like in the third quarter, he was unstoppable. He was like truly unstoppable. You couldn't stop him getting in the paint. There was no stopping him. Like I said, the purple teams, they fun as shit. I'd watch them all day long. They're fantastic. I mean, are they contenders? No. Are they fun teams? Yeah. I mean, I'm probably watching them the rest of the year. Half the year left. See what's up. Both teams should have at least one all-star. Laurie or Namontis. Maybe if it's close, only one of them might get in. And then it's like up for debate. Who do you want? Namontis more, Laurie Markkinen. But yeah. If people like this, I don't fucking know. I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna do this shit because I like it. And if you don't like it, I'm here. Whoever listens. Yeah.